Hopefully that means me live. Oh, good evening, everybody. Hello, I'm this time instead of no, I've changed how my phone. Right, changed how but it gives me more screen. More screen. Just a little bit over here. So that's good. That's always good. Also move the microphone back over here. I'm also going to move the chat box. Not there. The chat box there. Could even be kind of. Thank you for the chat. Sound isn't right. Is there some right? Is there some music in the background? Does that make it louder? Does that make it louder? Because I have got music in the background, and I'm not quite sure on the levels how high to have it. So I'm still playing. In fact, right now, so I'm just going to turn that off. That's not correct music. No. Shut up. That can go away as well. It's taking up valuable resources. Good evening, Ali. It's my microphone that's not right. Put it back. Right, my microphone might not be right because of the music that was playing. How it hopefully should be better now. In which case, I don't need those speakers. Right, okay, yeah, the mic was being weird because the music was playing. So that's where we were. Good evening, Ali, as well. I think I just said that, but I can't be sure, so I'll say it again just to make sure. I am apologising because this Wednesday, I didn't cover the combat patrol issue that the Wraith Lord would have come with because somebody poached it from me and I couldn't find it from anywhere else locally without paying. Basically, I might as well have bought the model in the first place and just done the instruction book. So I'm going to have to skip that issue. They have said they'll try and put the next issues aside for me so that they are available as much as somebody who works in a shop can do, but they said they'll do what they can, which is great. So hopefully going forward, we'll still get all the other issues. Could you hear the tea? That's Sparkle's making me a drink so I can take my tablet. I must take my tablet and then taking it slightly late tonight because I'm taking it at the start of the stream. And usually should take it before the stream. Puts it down just where my face is. Have you noticed how it fits perfectly just behind my head? It's great. Tablets. Or tablet. Hot brew is not always the best thing to take tablets with because it's hot. It's hot. It's very hot. So with that little caveat out of the way of saying sorry to everybody who looks forward to my combat patrol reviews, tonight is, however, a whimsy magical world of sparkles and up. I've undecided what I'm doing up here at the moment. However, that's what I'm going to be looking into and planning a bit more of. But before I start doing that, so I can put these away. Now, Sparkles are decided the colour schemes roughly-ish for Sparkles and Oak, the two characters that are going to go there. However, we've done the water area. We at least got a colour-ish section for it, and there are 3 models. Now, one of them is a little. I'm not sure what it's supposed to be. It's got flippers that it can hold itself up on. It has got a little face, and it's got a tail, a finny tail thing. I'm not sure what it's supposed to be, but this is going to go into the water. So it's one of the first 5 models to be painted. we also have, now I'm not sure what this is. Whoever it is, they're holding a staff. They have kind of lizard-like, the frill things on the ears, and the tail looks more aquatic than land-based. So we decided to put this one in the water as well. And there is also this one. Now, the hood kind of looks like a shark's fin underneath, but it's got little things on it that could also represent little eyes. But it most definitely has a fish tail, so it goes in the water. So it's going to be the third one to go in the water section. The reason I'm saying that is all that's undecided, including name, class, colours, everything else. Good evening, Twisted. Good evening. So what I've done in Discord is there is a room specifically for talking about that, planning out the character sheet essentially, and designing colour schemes with approval from Sparkles, of course. But if anyone's got any ideas, particularly for those three at the moment, pop them in that little room. So it's a little. I don't. Does this help? It's weird because it has actually got a tiny little face on it, but I don't think I can get it to zoom. You can just about make it out. This one with the coral growth from the head, or is that part of the crown? I don't know. Definitely amphibious lizard tail of some kind. And I'm not entirely sure what that is in the staff either. And then the one that is most definitely a fish, which is the little shark person with a crescent moon or claw almost staff. So please, any ideas regarding class, especially for the two characters? The familiar is familiar. I'm going to find a stat sheet for that. But colours and things currently are not known. So if you have any ideas, please pop them into the Sparkles and Oak section on the Discord. So for tonight, I know I need to fit 2 models on there. So I need a base. Thank you for clarifying that for Ali. So for now, I'll put them back. I do actually have them laid out in pretty much what order they need to go on. So the ones that I know that are going on are kind of there. And then these 3, that's going to be the first kind of batch. So the water gets done first, and then these 2 get done first. So I'm going to start them this week. But I can't because I've not got the bases done. I need to get this done so I can get the bases done for Sparkles and Oak, so I can start painting characters. First 2 I've got to paint, I've got to be them 2. It has to be. If they're not the first one, then they have to be the last, and I don't want to make them the last. No, it's okay. It's okay. There are limitations to what certain little characters will be. For instance, those with staffs and wands are more likely to be magical characters, so spellcasters of some kind, sorcerers, druids, wizards. What's the other spellcaster in D&D? Okay. What are the other full spellcasters in D&D? Warlock, sorcerer, wizard. Although his Warlock is it only a half caster? I'm not sure. Anyway, on with the thing. Right, so little one's going to go up there and be stoking fire that I'll cut out. So that's the last of that. I just need to level up here now. And then clean up along there. I do actually have stuff for doing that. I have stuff for doing that cleanup along the edge here. Then once I'm happy with the clean up along the edge there, I can start, and build up that to that level. I have one there and one there, and cut the forge out there, kind of. Yeah, leaving that as the border edge. I know what I mean. Nobody else does. It's all going on in my head, but I know what I mean. So I'll need to draw around that at least. I need pencil. The pen went up with the pencil. I cleared up under my desk earlier and I collected all the pencils, and now I can't have that yet. I couldn't find them, and I've just knocked something off into the nice clear area that I cleared. Wonderful. Regarding the channel, this week's going great, isn't it? It's going wonderfully. A little bit of space so I can actually get a pencil in. Then I at least know where it's not even picking it up. No, it's not. It's the answer. It's not picking it up. Camera is not picking up the pencil outline. Oh, there you go. It is picking up just a little bit now. So what I say, all that out. Right. I also wish to take all this out. That one you can see. So that's where the next two are going to go. I'll work my way up, and so I need to have done at least up to that floor. So work around, filling in tiny little dots. This is why I've kept all the tiny little bits of scrap and every tiny little nook and so I'll start filling in really stupid gaps. Good evening, Lee. That is an excellent idea, Ali. I will do that. I can't do it. I suppose Sparkles could do it. She was so inclined, but she at this point in time she's probably gonna sleep because I bored her to death. So I suppose if she's awake, she might come down if she wants to take some photographs of models, but I don't think she will because I'm using all the lights and everything. So it'll make more sense for me to do it. Plus, I'm sure I've bored her to sleep by now. Where did I put my glue? I'm going to have to use this one because this one is more precise because the nozzle still bloody works. It is only precise because the nozzle still works. There we go. And a tiny bit of glue. I said a tiny bit was loads. But I do need to fill in that gap as much as possible. I mean, I can have some gaps on it, but ideally not many. What I wish to be doing with is, oh crap, that's not even the right size. That's been shaved off. That's not got the bottom bit. Now there's that bit. Crap. Has that bit? That bit has. Well, you've got nowhere to put a new camera. No point you getting new cameras. A new camera's not going to change much. In fairness, you're going to have to do a lot more than just get a new camera if you're looking to make drastic changes. And most of that will come from not camera work. It'll come through processing and production and editing. I just mentioned the one thing I really don't like. I just mentioned the E word. But it kind of needed mentioning then. It goes with the production side. One more triangle piece to kind of fill that corner. I have now come to a decision on that's really loud, that one. Now come to a decision that's really loud, that one, and what I'm going to do regarding the edges. I have found a bag of filler. my worst enemy. And I've also remembered about that bag of rocks that I've got. So Lee, you do a tabletop hobby. What out and about are you on about? Your hobby consists of Anfield Road layout in the loft. That doesn't strike somebody saying that you're going to be out and about. That lazy mini paint is like, no point me getting an action camera. I am not getting an action camera. Why? Because does it sound like I'm going to be an action-y type of person? No. Don't need a really action camera. So that should be able to hopefully now start to neaten off that edge a bit. Just so it's a little more in line with the actual edge of the board, which is a fair old chunk of foam that I'm taking off. Good job. I'm going to be covering it at the end. Yep, that's going to need filling, but it'll do for now. It will. You so nonchalant about it's just the usual soreness now. Fucking agonizing pain, more like. But we deal with it as we do. Oh, there's a square down there for some reason. And all my shells are in the way. Oh, that's very good. Right, so I want Mr. Tree Stumpy Dude to be stood here. I want to be stood in this section. And he does take up the full base. Good evening, Dan. Good evening. How are you doing tonight? Was it a chill night for you, or is it a frantic night of editing and recording? Considering you're not well at the minute. Oh, tell me you're ill. Are you another one that's caught some kind of seasonal lurgy bug? We've only just got over one in our house as well. So I'm hoping you recover quickly. Naps are a good thing. Just immobile. All right, immobile does not sound like a standard going round bug. What have you done to yourself? How have you made yourself immobile? What tool did you use? And please don't say it was Spencer. So there's the back for what's going to go behind. What a screenshot. I have no idea what you're on about. Strange people. Some of them stranger than others just because of where they live, and they're all in cults. Biggest cult in America. And I can say that with confidence because they told me. Yep, it's a cult. What screenshot? I don't know what you mean. I dread to think. I know you're going to send it, man, but I dread to think. Right. So that's where the guy on the stump's going to go. Who else was on the first layer of there? I'm not sure where the typo is. It all kind of made sense to me, except for the bit where you typo. Somebody's going to have to explain it to me because I'm being stupid tonight. Decided I'm going to be, apparently. I don't get much choice in the nights I decided to be stupid. I just kind of end up that way. All things considering, yeah. I'm doing, yeah, all things considering, I'm doing okay. just realized how stressed. Well, say just realized, realizing how stressful planning a marriage is. Planning a wedding is. Which for the bloke is not as stressful as the woman, because the woman generally does most of the work. But it's still slightly stressful for the bloke, because we get asked questions like, what colour? How many? And we have to give answers. It doesn't work. Because, sometimes we don't have answers. We don't have answers to this thing. How many of your friends do you think will turn up? Oh, all of them? None of them? 2 of them? Oh, it's meant to be slip disc. Not meant to be slip disc. In between naps and medication. I don't see where. Oh, okay, considering just immobile. Ha ha ha, disc. Oh, right, okay. Right, I filled the slip disc in part myself. That's why it kind of read right to me. Yeah, that'll be why. It read right to me because I kind of already filled that section in my head. And that'll be why. Right, so that's pretty much the right thickness. Cool. If I just measure off a load of them and just stack them up, then it should be okay. I know I'm doing this with the big main build on the actual board, but it helps if you can actually see what I'm working on. And they don't have to be exact, because I will be cutting certain parts out and layering other things up in front of it. So no need for it to be perfect. But looking close is good, damn it. Pardon me. I need to chop a bit off there. And this is where Sparkle, if she's awake and watching, because I'm using knives without things covering my fingers. Don't do that at home. The kids that can't watch this, because it's not for kids. So, Dan, how have you managed to slip a disc? Please don't say you've gone back into carpentry. You said you was avoiding that, like the plague. Stick. Another 2 layers. What's your? You can have a nice long sliver if you cut off. All right, go on there now. Yeah, well, that's not even been glued down yet. I need to glue that bit down first. This is where Dan, who can actually put things together structurally soundly, starts screaming at his screen, going, "What the hell are you doing?" And this is where I can't hear him, and I just do off in my own little world. I have professionals screaming at me what I should be doing, and I can't. It's great. It's wonderful. It's all fun and games. I need another bit for another bit. Don't knock super glue over, especially since it's some reason not fucking setting. I need another bit for the end bit there. There we go. I'm not going to be able to put a 1, 2, 3 block on this. So I'm just going to have to hope and fingers crossed that it stays all together. At the moment, I'm using the Army Painter basing glue, Battlefield basing glue. Not to be confused with the non-Battlefield basing glue, of course. It's PVA glue. Slightly runny. But PVA glue will glue, will glue this lot down without an issue. And as I've now figured out what texture I'm going to, or how I'm going to texture over the top, which, as I said, is going to be a thin layer of what stuff did he use in the ruins? That white stuff, I mixed it all together. I looked like something out of Scarface for a night. Filler, that's the stuff. Yeah, I'll be using some filler over the top to help mold the actual surface. I figured that'll be the best way to do it because I can do it thin enough. Kind of skim a small thin layer across it and then just touch it up to texture it. And I can do the same down here. And because it should be to a degree moldable, I did consider putty, but then I decided against it. I do have some baked clay that I'm looking at using for somewhere else with the shells again. I'm still looking at doing that thingy, by the way. I'm just finding stuff to slowly build up and do it. I have got now what I'm gonna use for the base core structure, and then that's going to be a whole different project as well. I don't know when I'm going to come around to doing that, but I'm slowly getting the bits together first. So that side's laid up there. Now I want in here and all this to be rocks, mountains. So to the front of these and to the sides here, I need to put rocks. I need to make it look rocky. I would usually use some kind of bark, but that is very, very thin, that area. What have I got in the big base? The big generic basing bag down here now. Now, for instance, I do have these nice chunks of bark which look very much like rocks themselves. But do I think I can break essentially thin enough bits off to glue all the way? Do I have a small bit to try it with first? Right, okay. What I'm going to do, I'm going to try and break this up into lots of little bits. But not little bits, but kind of flat bits that are still rocky looking, so I can glue them flat onto the... Let's see if it works. It could make a mess and just do that. But that in and of itself is too big to go on the side there. Oh, there you go. So some of it can come off like that, but it does leave nice flat, not so nice flat bits, which still kind of look a bit rocky, but are not quite as good as the layered part. That's a shame. And that's just way too big because I can't cut two bases out of that as well. And, that idea didn't work. There is another idea. Which is if I can rough up cork enough, essentially. I don't know if the sandpaper would work, but let's have a look. I think it would rough up to give it some texture. But I think it'll look more like a leather than an actual rock face. You can see it there. Oh, that's a shame. I was hoping to use that tip. I'm going to have to hoover all that up. That certainly wasn't part of my plan. So let's see. Is there any other way I can think of to possibly get the effect that I want? Which is essentially I want a slither of rock. And lots of slithers of rock. The blade cuts through too neatly, but kind of bends and warps it. So I could use some bits like that. I might have to go get my I believe I've just had. I'm just going to go check if I have just had a Discord notification and if it did say what I think it just said. Right, yeah, it did. Okay, fair enough. Well, I do have all those plaster rocks. I've just got to go get them because they're in a separate part of the house. All my stuff doesn't fit on the desk. It was just tidying up underneath it today and clearing some out. It's ridiculous. I've got a pile as high as my desk in that room of just models and boxes of sprues. So let's go have a look at the plaster rocks and see how they're going to do. Emma, can I have where I put them? Oh, come on. Stop getting my rocks. I have the rock tub. Ha 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 ha. I have my rock tub. Which has got an absolute shed ton of rocks. So So what I can do is just glue some bigger ones on the sides, and then, yeah, when I mix the filler in, I can just kind of touch it around the edges and blend it. That should work. Providing, of course, this PVA will set on it. That way I can put quite a large rock face quite high up, and it won't really interfere with the models underneath. And certain areas I can just have it right down to the bottom. So they should work reasonably well, I hope. I did make them for something else, but that didn't work. They turned out being too brittle, but if I can get them on this and give them a coat of Mod Podge, hopefully that'll sort out the problem for the brittleness. The only issue is now I'm trying to look for just the right size rock to go in just the right size. And that's very rarely going to happen. So yeah, I'm going to have to get close enough and then glue in place. Probably should have started with these in the first place, shouldn't I? What I do know them being brittle is one of the problems, so I did want to avoid them for that reason. But I kept them around just in case one day, you never know, they might actually come in bloody useful. And guess what? Today they have. See, I've got a nice big boulder rock there. I don't know where I'm going to bloody put that. And I can use these as well to then glue up along there. And along there. And I think I'm just going to make it all rocky. So I can glue onto there as well. And try and make the doorway. If I have enough nice flat ones, that is. And then this gives me, again, it's putting base layers down so I know where things meet, etc., etc. Where things need to go, where I need to put other things, where creative changes need to be made, such as he's no longer in a tree because it's just ridiculously hard to make at this moment in time for me. And I do not know how to do desired effects, nor do I have a starting point for the effects. So I'm going to have to look into those and possibly try and use one on a future project. But for now, I can make use of gone wrong projects and I just dropped a load of glue because it's dribbled. And the good thing is, because it snaps relatively easily, I can push it on. And there we go. So, just for a bit of a better view now. There are going to be rocks and rock facings built up all in there with one of the characters stood in there. One's going to be stood around here, I would say. And we've got the 3 in the pub there. I may end up adding an extra floor or or putting a few more half floors in. So for now, let's have a look at. Oh, you lot are supposed to actually be down here in the C section. Not that type of C section. Oh, so if I remove that now, which I can do, because I can check a base fits by putting that one in. I just need to. This is where having my airbrush set up next to me would come in handy. Thank you very much. Well, that's kind of why I wanted to put a little bit of something extra on, because at the moment it just looks like a load of foam, and it just looks like I'm stacking foam and I'm stacking foam and I'm stacking foam, and there's no real vision of what's going to happen for anyone but me, really, because as I said, it's all in my head. So I wanted to do something that would at least help everybody else envision slowly what's going to be coming. It's kind of bit. It sucks when you're the only one that's excited for something you do, because you're the only one that can see it, and other people are only excited because they waiting to see. But yeah, kind of, it helps if I show you a little bit, because then it'll hopefully inspire all of you and, well, yeah, and then Sparkle's get some help going through the D&D character book. Don't have to worry about the familiars, because I'll do them. But as all the characters are for Sparkle's world. Who knows? I may even run a Discord D&D with them all. With some of them, people get to choose whichever one the favourite characters were by the end of it. But that's got time to come. I need to finish the diorama to put them all in. Good evening, Cal. Hope you're ready for Friday to get your backside kicked on Mario Kart. I don't actually have too many 2-player games, believe it or not. Apart from Warhammer, but as you said, you're not particularly up on the rules. Neither am I, in fairness, so a small battle will put it back, but yeah. But yeah, I would consider running a Discord D&D game if enough people wanted to partake, but it would be difficult in certain instances, so I'd have to figure out how I would run it, and it would have to be Discord only things. Again, certain things I'm not sure if I get away with doing not on Discord. Right, I might need to shift where the familiar is stood up here. Not a big deal. I just know he's going to be on that platform. And yeah, I might need to shift where he's doing. Right, so I need rocks all the way along there. Particularly going up here. I'll pretty much go all the way to the top. Awesome. Should probably not have done that like that. Never mind. Now, I don't want too many rocks blocking characters, but I need enough rocks so it looks like a rocky. I could go over the rules, you're right. We could go over the rules. I do have the rule book set down there. You've got the same copy of the rule. No, you haven't. Never mind. It's a different rule book, isn't it? You've got 9th edition rule book. I forgot. It's not particularly. They're not particularly difficult, especially if we dumb it real down. But even if we don't dumb it down, it's not that bad. You just got to make sure you work on your synergies. This edition seems to be very synergy orientated. So you thought you hated lieutenants last time. You're gonna fucking really hate them this time. They're gonna be annoying as hell. Love heart thing up the top of the what? I swear they need to put the love heart thing up the top of the screen. Ali, are you drinking? Or have I missed something? What? Right, you completely derailed me here, Ali. What love heart thing? Nope. Not got a clue. Right, from there, now I need to build a shack. Oh. Right. Yeah, I'm not sure I'll see that, to be quite honest. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think I know what you mean because I've got a little. I think I can. It might go off again. I think I can do it, but for some reason it doesn't show me on my screen. Let me know if that is the thing that you've done about, by the way. Right, so now I need to make a bar. A bar. A bar. How do you make a bar? That wasn't directed at you, by the way, Ali. That was just in general. I'm not racist. How do I make a bar? So right, that's that up to there. That's 7 to that. I need to build the bar and yeah, filler. But I need little rocks. I need 1, so I need 2 little rocks. I forgot about up there. Nope. This is going to take ages, isn't it? Please don't take ages. Please just give me one that's like, oh, are you just going to be almost? Ah, why you bent? Why you warped? Oh, no, you are pretty much perfect. A bar, as in, I'll have 2 pints of lager and a packet of dry roasted, please. A bar. All right. Straight down there. Needs to be coming out to a degree as well. All the way across to about that. That's going to take most of that section away there. Now we just do that and then take it down there. And then down to that. That'll make where the reason for this guy to be stood here. I'm not fitting beer mats on. I might be able to fit a pump on it though. That will require a barrel as well. So I'm going to have to build a barrel. Building barrels, building barrels. I can't use the 40k barrel because that's an iron fucking drum. That's a steel drum. Can't use that. I need a wooden barrel. I don't possess a wooden barrel. Some might have a wooden barrel. He's got a wooden barrel. He might use it. I have a bar squid. I hope you're got nothing against Cthulhu or those of his ilk. This one's just trying to run a little bar, kind of like Quark from Deep Space Nine. You might not like the rest of his species, but he's trying to earn an honest living. Him and his 2 shark. Bouncers, yeah. He does have 2 sharp bouncers. And he does just so happen to be at the bottom of the naughty person mountain part. Sometimes the work to take parts away is worse than the work to put things together. Really, it's just annoying sometimes. And messy. It's very messy. Now, while I do risk cutting my fingers off, if you haven't hit that like button, please go ahead. If you want to see me do more of this, and you wish to come back and see what other stuff I do, please hit the subscribe button and that little notification bell, because that'll let you know when I put a live up and ready to go. I usually put them on the day. I'm sorry if you don't get enough warnings. I should try and get more organised. And maybe put them up the day before. It is part of my plan for the channel is to become more organised and more professional about this. Well, the therapy is working, and afterwards I intend to continue. I might as well try and do it properly. And that starts with trying to be a little bit more professional about things. But until then, I'm just going to be the complete and utter klutz of an idiot that I am. So. So yeah, and that by tomorrow night is sorted. I'm playing Mario Kart with Carl. My Monday night is planned because I'm streaming. But what am I streaming? I'm not sure what to stream. I did the bed, didn't I? So I'm not sure what to stream. I'll think about that when I come to it. Now, this bit up here and round here. This bit needs rocks as well now. That's not going to stick to that very well, is it? Does help if you actually open the glue. It does help. I can't help but be me, Harley, to some people's chagrin and unhappiness. I'm sure Cam would wish I was not quite me all the time, as much as he likes me, or at least claims to like me, and I believe him. I'm sure these times in the past where he just don't be you, especially where Clumsy's concerned. I want all entrance and exits to look pretty good. So, while I know what I'm doing with rocks, I will do that. And then, once I know what I'm doing with filler, sorry, one moment. Yeah, while I'm figuring out how I'm going to build the bar, essentially, because I think it's just going to end up being three coffee stirrers, essentially. Or one coffee stirrer and then three coffee stirrers to make like a goalpost thing, but with overhanging edges, and then lots of coffee stirrers in the middle to give it to essentially run it along there. And as long as I've got enough room to put the character in and maneuver him out, well, hey. And I should have, because I have left a little bit of room in front for where the sharks are going. So I should have enough room for that. Because I've already got where have I put where is it? In fact, one of the only things that I've got actually ready for this thing, which is the dock thing there that goes in front of the sparkles and up. And I can't find it now. Oh no, I need to find it. I need to find it quickly. It does mean I get to do a bit more of a turnaround on this. Good evening, Graham. Good evening. I hope you are well, my friend. I hope you are well. Although you coming in is just reminding me something. I need to speak to somebody about something. And it may end up concerning you. So, yeah. We'll have to talk about that another time, though, because that's something different. That's not putting this in here. But essentially, if you use cocktail stick, coffee stirrers, and do that, and then kind of have it across there, and then have one at the side, and one across the top to be the bar top. That should be enough, considering coffee stirrers are reasonably. I mean, it doesn't have to be like stupidly thick. It just has to be so high enough for it to be believable to be a bar for these size characters. Which, let's be honest, a centimeter is believable enough for it to be a bar for these things. Maybe 2 centimeters, but I don't think much more than that. Ominous, isn't it? Very ominous. I like putting it that way because it's going to do your head in until I say anything. I'm an evil fucker sometimes. I'm sorry, mate. But this is the price you pay for just having the ability to just message me out of the blue with random questions. So, if I can measure, I know I've got a crap load more of these. I just snapped that one completely by mistake. I have just got a reply to something. You're not actually in trouble, mate. You're not actually in trouble. It's because I want to ask someone else a question, and I've got a feeling you'll end up getting roped into it if I do ask them this question. So I kind of half want to ask you first. But I do need to speak to Sparkles as well. So it's not a bad thing, though. It's not a bad thing. You're going to have more. What's. I want to read that message. Lee, why have you retracted a message? What are you hiding? Lee, what are you hiding? Did you secretly renounce Liverpool and say that Manchester was the best? And then hear Jackie behind you and crap yourself? Because in fairness, I'd do the same thing. If I wrote that and I heard Jackie behind me, then I'd crap myself as well. Bullshit, nothing. It says message retracted there. I can read. It tells me message retracted. If you don't tell me what it is, I am going to tell Jackie that's what you put. Now, tell her that you renounced Liverpool and decreed Manchester the greatest. It's not. Well, yeah, it's true. I still need to speak to Sparkles. Because it's still a question that I need to put. As I said, it's still a question that I need to essentially potentially pose to somebody else. But once I've posed this potential question to somebody else, there's a possibility that Graham may end up just getting dragged into it through through being Graham. And that's a good thing. It doesn't. I'm not making it sound like a good thing, am I? Right, there we go. If I can put that bit on there, then I can start. I can save the rest for filler. It was a mistake. I'm sure that's what you're going to be telling her when it's you renounced Liverpool and stated that Manchester was better. And the only thing is a retracted message mark. You know what women are like? They'll have these troops, and she's gonna have you. It'll be funny. See, I'm trying to get Lee in trouble, Graham. I'm not trying to get you in trouble. See, and that's why that is exactly the reason why I'm saying. So I shall have a word with Sparkles. Now, what I intended to do tonight has not actually. Yeah, for some reason it's not worked out as per usual. What I plan and what I do end up being two completely separate things. I intended to. Well, I didn't intend to be doing this with rocks. Put it that way. Now I'm going to keep down there pretty clear because I've got to scoop that place out, which I probably should do once the other things have dried and have cleaned it out. That's what I should do. Ba 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 ba. That's it. Just sit here in your hand and start waving it. Right. Coffee stirrers and a round one. Okay. Whatever. Needs to be goddamn pencils. There it is. How long? How long? Okay. See where the marks are. Get the sharp knife. Don't get too much of the sharp knife. And cut through it. Sometimes it's a bit of an ass. Like that. But in this case, I'm not too bothered about a bit of rusticy ending because it's just going to help. So it doesn't help. You're feeling the itch to get some videos out. Feeling the itch. Do it. Editing's a fucker though, just so you know. Editing's a right fucker. So now, we essentially need to glue two to it now. And they need to be measured. With an approximators and a measuring thing because I can be bothered. Yeah, an inch is going to be way too much, isn't it? So I'm looking at half-inch tall. Half-inch tall bar. You know when you have something in your hand and you put it down and then you don't have it anymore? I know there's a knife. I can see that. Where is my pencil? Where is it? That one will have to suffice. An inch. Half an inch. Half an inch. Move out of the way. Trying to line this up is a pain in the ass because I've just found out this coffee stirrer is looking crooked. Who'd have thought, eh? Some cheap piece of wood designed just to stir your coffee is not precision engineered. Good night, Ali. You have a nice evening. Thank you for coming to join us. Hope you have an easy day at work tomorrow. Yeah, you never thought that, would you? Cheap coffee stirrer sticks, precision engineered. Fucking travesty. Fucking travesty. Really is. So. Right. Now I've just realised what I actually want to do, and I've realised I've not done it. I have to move the thing that I would need to do it with over there, which is a small beading to try and help hold them in place. That would help, wouldn't it? I'm going to run a small beading of this down this side. If this will bloody let me. And then with the knife, I'm going to have to roll it. I probably should have done this before gluing it, shouldn't I? Yeah, that would have been a better idea. So let's try that again. Let's try gluing along that. Put it along that. And then I'll do the same along that edge. Yeah, Carmen, you're never living that one off, mate. You're never living that one off. So long as my channel exists and Ali is here, you will be forever having that song sung at you. Just so you know. So that's going to be the top of my bar top. I want to just do with the two small little pieces that I've just cut off for the purpose of being the bar legs. Where the fuck are they? Two tiny little half-inch pieces of fucking wood, and I can't find them. Just had them. There they are. Plunk. Right. This is where gluing becomes a bit of a pain. I'll put a little splodge of glue on that bit there, and I'm going to dip these in it and then glue them on. There's one. There's two. While I am in that measuring and snipping type of mood, I do also need to do the same thing for the duck. I need to clip that off is what I need to do first of all. That little rounded edge protruding isn't good. And then I'm going to need one going in there. One going in about there. So that's nice and easy. Chop that one off there like so. Chop that one off there like so. And I just realised I just ripped that one off the bloody wall in doing whatever I was doing here, which is not good, especially when you realise you've not glued that bit down. So now I get to sit and hold this in place. Fun. It's fun. It is really fun, honestly. Holding things in place while they glue. Hoping you don't get glue on other things while that's happening. Right, I've not even started on the actual main wood bit across the bar, which is essentially the bit that the 1, 2, 3 box are filling in at the minute. That's got to all be filled in with little 1/2-inch sticks as well, yeah. All right. I have a lot of little bits of glue to dry now. But as you can see, it's starting to come a little bit more to life. I'll jump that off just so we can see. So as the rocks are starting to fill in, and we're starting to see where people will go a little bit more, it is starting to change how the overall island will look. As I said, we do have the 3 water people to do down here. So please, 2 names for characters and the name for a familiar. In fact, that's how I'm going to finish up. I'm going to drop my camera. Thank you very much, Lee. Yeah, I'm going to drop my camera and realize that I've effed up my bar by moving them. I should not have done that. I should not have done that. Just get as many things as I can to actually prop it up in the right place. Hopefully that will glue in the right where it's supposed to go. Hopefully they're all going to glue where they're supposed to go. I've got a feeling I'm going to have to put all the things in there just to make sure it stays where it's supposed to. Good night, Graham. Thank you very much for joining me, mate. You have a nice evening. So yeah, I'm going to drop this camera down. See? There we go. Now, I'm going to... I can't take photos yet. I can't take photos yet because I need this light. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to end the stream here. Thank you very much for everybody who came to see me tonight. Buzzard, Karma, Twisted, Ali, Lee, Graham. Did I miss anyone? I hope not. If I did, I am really, really sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to miss you. Twisted, yes. I think I did say Twisted. I think I did. If not, I definitely did now. Yeah, thank you everybody for joining me. I'm going to end it here so I can take the photographs of the 3 characters and I'll put them up in the Discord. The ones that need naming and naming, character classing, color coordinating, pretty much everything. So I'll put them up in Discord. Please help out if you wish to. There is no obligation to. But thank you again for everybody. Drive safe, and I will see you next time. Thank you very much.